Hello children, hi once again, and today our topic of discussion is tissue system in plants. We have already discussed the different types of tissues in plants. Simple tissues we have discussed, complex tissues we have discussed, and even we have discussed the meristematic tissues also. That is all completed. But now we are studying about these tissues, how they are organized into tissue system. In our body, organs are organized to form organ system. In plants, there is no organ system, it is only tissue systems. Okay, how these tissue systems work for a common function and help in active functioning of plants. That's what we are going to study today. Tissue systems in plants. In this topic, we'll be dealing with the tissue systems in the plants, which are of three types. First one is epidermal tissue system. Second one is ground tissue system. And the third type of tissue system in plants is vascular tissue system. So we'll deal with them in detail one after the other, starting with epidermal tissue system of plants. Epidermal tissue covers the entire plant body, whether it is a leaf or a stem or root. Wherever you see, entire plant body is covered by a layer of cells. This layer of cells is called as epidermal tissue. It covers the entire plant body. You can observe this diagram. In this diagram, the plant, below the plant there is an arrow. If you cut the plant at that arrow and observe the transverse section of the plant, you can see this type of structure which is just below the plant. In this, the outermost green layer of cells is nothing but dermal tissue. This is the stem region where dermal tissue is covered. Not only in the stem region, in the leaf region, in the roots region, everywhere the outermost covering is formed by dermal tissue itself. The epidermal tissue is covered by a transparent waxy layer called as cuticle. It covers the entire plant body, that is, epidermal tissue is covered by this transparent layer except in the region of stomata. Sometimes when you tear off the leaf with one single stroke, you can see that there is a transparent layer over that leaf. That is nothing but cuticle. Even in the stem region it is found, in the root region, every region of the plant body we can see that this cuticle is present. Observe this following diagram. In this leaf is having a transparent waxy layer. We can see that clearly in the leaf, above the leaf. That is nothing but cuticle. You can observe from any leaf that is present in your environment. You try to tear off the leaf by a single stroke, or you tear off the upper layer of the stem, you can find this cuticle over this parts of the plant. The epidermal tissue is modified to form in various areas like stomata in leaves, root hair in the roots, and trichomes in the stem region. What are trichomes? That is nothing but the thorns, hairs, scales, etc. Different external structures that are present in the stem region are called as trichomes. Observe this picture. In this picture you can see that in the root region the epidermal tissue is having root hair-like structures, and in the stem region you can see that there are hair-like projections. They are nothing but trichomes. That of stomata is present on the leaf, and the cork cell are also modified form of epidermal tissue, because once the epidermal tissue becomes old, it becomes tough and it forms the cork cells. So these are the special types of epidermal tissue. They are not like normal cells which should be in normal shape. It's not like that. That's why it is called as a modification. This helps, for example, root hair helps the plant to absorb water and minerals from the soil. Trichomes have their own uses like protecting from enemies, protecting from animals, or it helps the animals to cling to the parts of the stem, etc., to carry the seeds from one place to another place. And stomata has a use that it exchange gases. It helps in exchange of gases in plants, and it is also helpful in transpiration of plants. And these stalk cells are nothing but the older epidermal cells they become tough and they get dried off, which forms the bark of the plant. This bark provides protection to the parts of the plant like stem, trunk, etc. Now second type of tissue systems that is present in the plant body is ground tissue system. To understand where the ground tissue system is present, observe the following diagram, which we have previously seen when we were discussing about the epidermal tissue. So in this diagram, whatever is present in the central circle, green circle, two green circles are present. One is of the outer epidermal tissue. Inner green circle denotes the endodermis, which is covering the vascular bundle, which is nothing but vascular bundle is nothing but xylem and phloem, which we'll be discussing in the next tissue system. Okay, in between the light greenish color is everything is ground tissue. Okay, this is a place where the production of nutrients take place inside the plant body, storage of food material take place inside the plant body, and it is also a bulk forming material. That means it is a filling substance that is present inside the plant body. Suppose let us take the example of any costly item, a glassware that you are buying from a shop. In that package you can see that there are some newspapers filled inside so that the glass does not break. So that is all the filling substance that is present, that is bulk forming substance we can say. When you are buying a TV, fridge, something, thermocol comes attached with that. That is nothing but it is a so that the gaps are filled. There is no gap and it should not lead to the breakage of the other layers. That is the main reason, especially the glassware. They should not break. That's why that filling material is added inside that pack. So same like that in plant also, it should be compactly arranged. The inner vascular bundle should be in its place and the epidermal tissue should be in its place. So this is a bulk forming tissue or packing substance that is present in the plant's body, which is nothing but a ground tissue. Okay, so one main function of ground tissue is packing also. It also makes food, it also stores the food material in the plant body, it stores water also in the plant body. But this is a diagram of a very immature plant. Here the complete layer or organization of plants is not completed. We'll see a mature plant diagram to understand clearly the ground tissue system. Now observe this diagram of a plant, TS of the plant stem, or it can be a root also. See the outermost layer, as we know, it is an epidermis. Below that there is a light green layer, cortex. This cortex is also made up of ground tissue system. In between the cortex and medulla there is a white color layer which forms the endodermis region, which is not part of the ground tissue system. Below that the medullary rays. They are called rays because the cells are arranged in the form of rays. Radius, like a radius, it is extended from center towards periphery. That is why these are called as medullary rays. In this also ground tissue system is present. And in the just above this medullary rays, again a pink layer called pericycle is present. That is present just below the endodermis. The white color one is endodermis, I said you. Just below that the pericycle is present, which is also a part of ground tissue system. And in the central circle, which I previously showed you in the diagram, in other diagram, inside the green color vascular bundle is there, I said you, that is the same region. But other than the vascular bundle, in between vascular bundle also there are some gaps. Vascular bundle is not completely filled. We understand this when we study the vascular tissue system. The gaps in the vascular tissue system are also filled with the filling tissue, or it is nothing but the ground tissue system. So now you can understand very clearly why ground tissue system is called as a filling tissue, or why did I call it as a packing tissue or bulk forming tissue. See, epidermis is the outermost layer. Below that one endodermis is present. In between there is some space. It is packed by cortex. Cortex is nothing but a part of a ground tissue system. Now see, between endodermis and the inner medullary rays there is some gap. That is also filled by a ground tissue layer called pericycle. Same like that, between the outermost layer of the vascular bundle, which was exactly what we saw in the previous diagram also, there is a gap that is filled with medulla. Medulla is filling tissue, that is nothing but ground tissue that is present between the layer of vascular bundle and pericycle. Okay. Now in the vascular bundle region also there are some gaps that is also filled by some ground tissue system, which is called as pith. So what are all the gaps that are present inside the plant or filled by this tissue? Okay, that is not the main function, but that is one of the function of the ground tissue system. The main function of ground tissue system is to produce the food material, as the leaves that are having chlorophyll are present in the ground tissue system itself. And the parenchymatous cells, which are majorly involved in storage of food material, are also present in this ground tissue region only. So the main function of ground tissue system is the formation of food material and storage of food material, along with the water also packing it. So to sum up, we can say that ground tissue system is present in the regions of cortex, pericycle and medulla. Medulla, in the sense, it includes both medullary rays as well as the pith region that is present in between the vascular tissue system. So with this we have completed the ground tissue system, and epidermal tissue system was already completed. Now we can move to the third type of tissue system, which is nothing but vascular tissue system. Vascular tissue system is composed of xylem and phloem. These are the tissues we have studied earlier. Xylem is a vascular conducting tissue that is responsible for carrying minerals and water for the plant from the roots. Okay, roots absorb the water and minerals from soil and supply it to the plant, and these are required by various parts of the plant, and that function is carried out by xylem. And next, phloem. Phloem is the second conductive tissue of a vascular bundle that is present in the plant, and this tissue is responsible for conducting the food material that are produced by leaves to different parts of the body. So we know very well that leaves are the producers in plants, and leaves produce food material inside the plants, which is to be carried to different parts of the plant, and that process is done by this phloem tissue. Okay. So these xylem and phloem are located exactly at the central position of the plant. That means in the stem, in the root, wherever you see, if you cut the tears of the plant and see, in the stem region, in the root region, even in the leaf region, you can see that the xylem and phloem are bundled together in the center of the stem or root or leaf also. So this bundle is together, xylem and phloem together are called as vascular bundles. Okay. Even in the leaf also you can see that there is a midrib at the center of the leaf which carries this xylem and phloem in the form of the vascular bundle. Okay. So now this xylem and phloem are bundled together to form three types of vascular bundles. Those three types of vascular bundles are: first one is radial vascular bundle, and the second one is conjoint vascular bundle, and the third one is concentric vascular bundle. Okay, what is the difference between radial, conjoint and concentric vascular bundle, and how they differ from each other? We'll see from this following diagram. Observe this diagram. In this diagram there are representations of various types of vascular bundles. Now you can see the classification of vascular bundle. Vascular bundles are basically of two types. First one, simple vascular bundle. Second one is compound vascular bundle. Compound vascular bundle is again divided into two types: concentric vascular bundle and collateral vascular bundle. Collateral vascular bundle is the other name for conjoint vascular bundle. Okay, see now at the right corner of this picture we can see a representation what the colors in this diagram mean. So let us refer that one first. The yellow color, wherever you see yellow color in this diagram, you need to refer it as a phloem. And green color in these units, small diagrams, wherever you find the green color, that is to be identified as xylem. And there is a third color, that is red in color, which is procaம்பிum.
Okay, what is procambium? Let us recollect what is procambium. When we studied about meristematic tissue, in meristematic tissue we saw a second type of meristematic tissue, lateral meristem. Okay, let us recollect what is the lateral meristem. Lateral meristem is present in the stem laterally and helps in the growth of thickness of the plant. Whether it is a stem region, root region, leaf region, wherever the thickness of the plant is increasing, there the lateral meristem is dividing to produce secondary tissues. So that where it is exactly present, to say it is represented in this diagram, actually it is present between xylem and phloem. Whenever it divides, it adds new cells to xylem and phloem. Every year it adds at least one ring, one complete circle of xylem and phloem to the plant, because of which thickness of cell increases. Okay, the other name for this lateral meristem is procambium. Okay, this procambium is present between xylem and phloem in certain plants, not all the plants. The higher plants which actually grow in size, the smaller plants, shrubs, herbs do not have this procambium. Okay, now let us see the different types of vascular bundle. First type of vascular bundle is simple vascular bundle. In the simple vascular bundle, the green colored triangular structures which are present in this diagram are xylem, and the yellow color circular structures which are alternating between this xylem are phloem. Okay, so in a simple vascular bundle, xylem and phloem are arranged radially. As shown in the diagram, you can see that they are arranged radially and alternating to each other. One xylem is present, next phloem is present, next xylem is present, next phloem is present. In that way, alternatingly they are present. This type of vascular bundle in which xylem and phloem are present alternatingly in the radial manner is called as a simple vascular bundle. Coming to the compound vascular bundle, in a compound vascular bundle, xylem and phloem are present adjacent to each other. In the compound vascular bundle, we can see that concentric vascular bundle is divided into two types. The name concentric itself says that one ring of whether it is xylem or phloem is present inside the other ring. The first type of concentric vascular bundle is hadrocentric vascular bundle. In hadrocentric vascular bundle, xylem is towards the center and phloem is towards the periphery. Hadrocentric vascular bundle is also called as amphicribal vascular bundle. In the second type of concentric vascular bundle, we can see that phloem is towards the center and xylem is towards the periphery. So this type of vascular bundle in which phloem is towards the center and xylem is towards the periphery is called as leptocentric vascular bundle, or otherwise it is called as amphi-vessel vascular bundle. Both leptocentric and amphi-vessel are the names of the same vascular bundle. Now, hadrocentric vascular bundle and leptocentric vascular bundle are coming under concentric vascular bundles. The second type of compound vascular bundle is collateral vascular bundle. It is collateral vascular bundle is the other name for conjoint vascular bundle. In this, xylem and phloem are present in the same bundle, and these are arranged radially in the stem. See, in the first type of collateral vascular bundle, procambium is present between xylem and phloem. This type of vascular bundle in which there is a procambium is called as open vascular bundle, collateral open vascular bundle. And the second type of vascular bundle, collateral vascular bundle, there is no procambium between phloem and xylem. So this type of vascular bundle is called as collateral closed vascular bundle. And bicollateral vascular bundle is having two phloem and xylem in the center, one set of xylem in the center and two sets of phloem on either side. This type of vascular bundle is called as bicollateral vascular bundle. And these collateral vascular bundle are arranged radially in the stem. This is only one bundle that is represented. In a TS of stem, there will be 10 to 15 vascular bundle can be present inside the TS of a single stem. So this is only among those 10 to 15 bundles, only one bundle is represented. See in the simple vascular bundle how the xylem and phloem are arranged radially. In the same way, in the TS of a stem which is having collateral vascular bundle, each bundle is present radially in the same manner as xylem bundle. Okay. So that is about complete details of different types of vascular bundle. So with this we have completed the vascular bundles or vascular tissue system also.
Let us take a quick recap of what we have learned in this video. We saw that tissue systems in plants. Tissue systems in plants are divided into three types. First one is epidermal tissue system, second one is ground tissue system, and third one is vascular tissue system. Epidermal tissue system is a type of tissue which covers the entire plant body. Whether it is leaf region, stem region or root region, it is covered by a layer of cells that is called as epidermal tissue system. And this epidermal tissue system is covered by a transparent waxy layer which is called as cuticle. And the modification, sometimes some areas we can see the modifications of epidermal tissue system. Like in leaf region, it is modified to form stomata. In root region, it is modified to form root hair. And in the stem region, it is modified to form trichomes. The external features like thorns, hair-like structures, scales that are present over the stem region is called as trichomes. The second type of tissue system is ground tissue system, which is mainly responsible for metabolic activities like production of food material, storage of food material, and generation of energy from this food material is the responsibility of ground tissue system. It also acts as a packing material or bulk forming material in the plant. That means it fills the spaces where inside the vascular bundle, whatever gaps are there inside the stem, wherever there is no dermal tissue or vascular tissue, in those gaps we can see that ground tissue acts as a filling tissue or packing material. And next, ground tissue system is present in the regions of stem which are cortex. The outer, just below the epidermal region, there is a ground tissue layer which is called as cortex, and below the endodermis there is another layer of ground tissue system. This is called as pericycle, and below the pericycle and in between the vascular bundle there are medullary rays, and in the center of vascular bundle there is a pith region. Medullary rays and the pith region together is called as medulla. So ground tissue system is found in cortex, pericycle and medulla region. The last type of tissue system is vascular tissue system. Vascular tissue system includes both xylem and phloem which are present towards the center. Xylem is a tissue that is helpful in plant for conduction of water and mineral inside the plant to various parts of the plant body. Next, phloem is also a part of vascular tissue system which helps in plant for conducting food material from leaf region to various regions where food is required by the plant. And there are three types of vascular tissue system. They are, first one is radial vascular bundle, second one is conjoint vascular bundle which is also called as collateral vascular bundle, and the third one is concentric vascular bundle. Diagrammatically we saw the vascular bundle which is having alternate xylem and phloem which are arranged radially is called as simple vascular bundle, and compound vascular bundle is divided into concentric and collateral. Collateral vascular bundle is also called as conjoint vascular bundle. Concentric vascular bundle is of two types: heterocentric vascular bundle which is also called as amphicribal vascular bundle, in which xylem is towards the center and phloem is towards the periphery, and the second type of concentric vascular bundle is leptocentric vascular bundle. In this phloem is towards the center and xylem is towards the periphery. Leptocentric vascular bundle is also called as amphivessel vascular bundle. Next, collateral vascular bundle which are also arranged radially in the stem. Only one of those bundles is represented here. In this collateral vascular bundle is of three types, which is having procambium between xylem and phloem is called as open collateral vascular bundle, and which is not having a procambium is called as closed collateral vascular bundle, and one which is having on either side of xylem phloem On either side of phloem, one set of phloem is arranged. In between, xylem is present. That type of vascular bundle is called as bicollateral vascular bundle. I hope you have understood the type. By the end of the video, I think you have understood the 3 types of tissue systems that are present in the plant. Okay, children, then it's done for today. Happy learning.